Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So it is go time for harvest. Even though we got some rain yesterday, we've got some stuff that's ready to go. So we're going to start getting some stuff ready to go to the field. We've got 2388s ready to go. It was all it needed was the oil changed and fuel filters changed because we ran it through the shop last fall to change the hydraulic oil cooler out on it because it had got a crack in it last fall late, and we ran it the way it was, but it was losing a lot of hydraulic oil, so we had to do something with it. But before we put it away for fall or for winter, we went ahead and swapped out that cooler. So now we're gonna get the trucks and trailers ready. We got the Pete in the shop. Dad's putting all new cab lights on it because the gaskets under the cab lights have shrunk from being old, because that truck is an 89. It's the same age as I am, 33. So those were old, and it was allowing water to get into the cab, so we decided that we're just going to stop, change those. So the black Kenworth's fresh out of the shop, new tires, new brakes, new drums. Did some paint work to it, repainted the stacks, repainted the tanks. Turned out really nice, except for the cat tracks and the rims from the kitties in the shop. They were walking through the water that was in the rims, and they got footprints all over it. So I've got it hooked to one of our 3 hopper bottoms, and I'm going to check this trailer over and get it ready. I got to lube the doors, check the air in the tires. This trailer shouldn't need much because this is the trailer that we just used a month or so ago for wheat harvest. So this one has been on the road. The other 2 have not been on the road since last fall, so them are going to need checked over pretty extensively. But this one's fairly ready to go. I just need to give it a good once over. So let's get started and see how much stuff we can get checked out today. And next week we will start cutting some beans. All right, so if you've ever wondered what the inside of a hopper bottom looks like, this is what it looks like. I am sitting in the bottom hole here, sitting on the ground. But this is what it looks like inside here. It's all sloped to the center hole here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some chain cable lube here, and I am going to spray it in these slides. I do this probably twice a season. Helps the doors slide. I also like to give these rack and pinions a good squirt. Keep them lubed up. It soaks in. Some goes on the ground, but that's all right. Get them good and lubed up. Now this is the trailer that we actually redid the doors on. So there is a video of taking these doors completely out, redoing everything, new racks, new pinions, new everything. And the reason we did that was because the oxidation between here and the gear strip had swelled these so bad that you could barely get them open and closed. So you'll have to check that video out. I think I'm about the only YouTuber that's done a video on how to fix the doors on these trailers. Alright, we'll check the air in these tires. They should be good, but we'll still check. Give them a pressure gauge. Good. Good to go. Put the cap back on this one. I'll do the inner one. I have a booger getting these caps back on sometimes on these valve stems because they point inwards. Alright, so the inner one's down here, And let me tell you, this tool right here, this is handy as can be. It takes the cap off. Stick it right through the rims. Take the cap right off the valve stem. Holds it for you. Yep, in there like so. Now we can take our pressure gauge and we can get it in there. Oh, forgot to release the air out of it. There it is. Good to go. Well, all the tires are good on air. I only had to air one up, but I did notice the hubs were a little low on oil. Made sure there wasn't no leaking wheel seals, and there's not. So I just need to top these off with a little bit of oil, and then we're good to go. I did go back and I greased the bearings in the bottom doors of the trailer, so those are greased. All I gotta do is roll the tarp over and tarp it, since I've got the doors closed now, so when it rains the trailer doesn't get wet inside. Soybeans are not very forgiving when it comes to a wet trailer. They absorb that moisture, they'll swell up, they'll get rotten nasty pretty quick. So corn's a little more forgiving. Alright, so I'll go check the other ones, and then we're good. One trailer officially done. 2 more to go. Well, Dad and George are here in the shop putting the new cab lights on the Pete. George, you got the whole interior of this truck door apart. What you doing here? Had to pull the headliner out in order to get to the fasteners for the cab lights. Yeah, they're right there. So first time dropped my glasses. Another scratch on them. So first time we've ever had the headliner out of this truck. It wasn't too bad of a project. We thought it was going to be pretty rough, but went pretty well. Be nice to not have leaking cab lights anymore. So let's go up on top and see what Dad's doing. Alright, so Dad's up here getting his new roof lights put on. They look nice, new LEDs. And now we've got good seals that'll keep the rainwater out of the cab. The old ones were so deteriorated and shrunk, and they just weren't sealing anything up. It's gonna look really nice when it's all done. So while we went to lunch, a package came for me from UPS. I got my rookie sticks to put back on my front bumper of the black Kenworth. So I'm gonna get them put on here in a minute. But before I do that, I'm gonna take my steam cleaner and clean up Dad's headliner where it had a little mold and stuff on it from being wet. So I'll go over there real quick and see how that works on the headliner. Alright, so we'll see how this works. Never used it on any kind of carpet stuff like this. It's kind of like a carpet. So steam actually blows that stuff out, gets it hot and cleans it out. We'll have to see what that looks like in a little bit when it dries. Well, that looks like it turned out pretty good. So I'm gonna let it dry for a while, see what it looks like in a little bit. So I'm gonna go put my rookie sticks on my front bumper. All right, so we're gonna work on getting these clamped back on the bumper here. Now, the way that these got ripped off was Dad caught the one with the bean head on the 2388 and ripped it off. So maybe this fall I can keep him away from them, and he won't rip them off again. It's pretty easy to put on. It is clamp here on the back of the bumper. Gotta get it where I want it. And, oh, that looks like a good spot for it. All right. Put my wrench a little closer to me. There's that one. Now this bottom one, I put a nut on with it so I can put the ground under that nut. Just like so. Pull that in. Now I can see how long I need to leave my ground wires to ground that. Well, we'll go ahead and get this stuff wired up here. We don't want to leave these wires too long so they don't get ripped off by corn stalks. So that'll work right there. Go ahead and strip that one. Nope. Strip a little more off. Go ahead and crimp us a new end on. It's my favorite crimping tool here. Go ahead and squeeze it in there so we can hold it. There we go. Got that one on. Now we can cut our power wire. Put us just a butt connector on there, like so. Crimp it. And we'll see how long we want that. We can always tuck that in the front bumper. We'll leave that one about right there. Make things a little easier. Go ahead and, oops. Poke that. Crimp that one. And put this up here. This will be our ground.
Stringed up?
Yep.
Did you just paint the front bumper?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Thank you. Huh?
Should have kept going.
I know. I should have painted the whole truck, but
so you did the grill as well, huh?
No, I did the grill last time.
Okay.
All right, now we can shrink these. A little bit of heat. Doesn't take much. Just don't want to burn it. Don't want to burn the wire. Oh, got a little too hot. That's all right. wind's not helping very much. Darn wind. There it goes. There's that one. There we go. Need to zip tie them up a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some small zip ties and zip tie them up like that. That way the corn stalks can't rip them off. Now I just gotta get the other side done and we're done. Well, I think the sticks turned out real nice. They look real good on there. The rest of the truck looks real nice. Trailer's ready to go. So I kind of got interrupted this afternoon. We had to go do some excavating work. We also did some excavating work this morning. So actually about when I started this video was about 11:30 in the morning. It was still morning, but it's late morning. So this isn't all we done all day was work on these two trucks. We actually done some excavating work today. So kind of a little bit of mix of that until we actually get into harvest. So should be doing some harvest next week. So I'm getting pretty excited. So things are looking real good. Looks to be a good crop. So I can't wait to get into this irrigated corn to see what's out there. And then I can't wait to get into some of my Dairyland corn. So it looks like it's going to be a good corn crop. We got some really nice looking soybeans also. The leaves are falling off of them, and looks like some good sized pods on them. So pretty excited to get into this harvest. Just got to get the right weather, and then we'll get at it. So thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it. We'll see you all in the next one. I'm going to go home and get some supper.